we feel and express our gratitude for our very being and for our awareness of your unconditional love and presence in our lives. So we thank you and we honor you when we stand up and recognize that all power is inherent in the people created in your image. For we know and value the gifts you bestowed us with. We feel gratitude in knowing that when faith is held by the people know they are the ones who empower their government, and that it is up to the people to manage its control and progress. Let it be so, and so it is.
Thank you, Charlie.
My pleasure. Hello, Major Carol. Thank you for taking my call. I expected I have only one shot at this, so I will get right to the point. We need a USMC major or better on Oregon to assess the situation for the Commandant of the Marines, General Eric M. Smith. We have lawfully determined this is a USMC responsibility. Notice to the agent is notice to the principal. Oregon has led the way and accomplished as much as we can without your assistance. All of us on Oregon implemented ex parte Milligan and nullified martial law with our civilian court of record. This in turn led us to our grand jury on Oregon as an Article 1, Section 1 social compact, Oregon's provisional de jure government. We are a government with an Article 3, 1 Supreme Court claiming original jurisdiction found in Amendment 7, lawfully and legally, on Oregon in 2022. This was accomplished by the Oregon Statewide Jural Assembly, aka Article 1, Section 1. We have dozens of lawful documents, some of which are grand and petite jury trials, signed, sealed, stamped, and witnessed with proper proof of service and published on our website, www.orsja.org. These were acquiesced to by US DOJ, USMS, FBI, USMC, the state of Oregon, aka all caps state of Oregon's executive, legislative, judiciary, 36 sheriffs and 38 prosecutors, provost marshal, and JAG, defaulted to many times over. This same process, what we have done here on Oregon, is available to the other 32 states and commonwealths and the 17 territories. We need your help to reclaim our republic and to reestablish de jure as the law form as opposed to the de facto currently existing. We know our country is divided. The parties are divided within themselves. The people are in confusion and have been deceived to the point of not knowing the truth. Even the military is divided. We are de jure, people on the land and soil with the simplicity of common law, where only injury to another or to property is punishable, and where our courts have no judges but are provided to resolve issues among the people by the people. What we have instead, and have had since approximately 1861 and increasingly, are de facto courts, all corrupt RICO operations with their judges and attorneys benefiting from a monetized CRIS system, practicing authority over people with their incorporated, malevolent color of law governance, where the city of Portland is a subdivision of the county of Multnomah, is a subdivision of the state of Oregon, is a subdivision of the United States of Washington, District of Columbia, Inc., with forts, ports, armory, and needful buildings, operated by an industrial, military, executive, legislative, judicial, administrative, banker, FRN, BAR, Nazi, Jesuit, Khazarian, jihadist, communist, U.in. Big Pharma, medical, de facto, color of law, RICO society that should not be. So we took them out on Oregon, November 2022. What we need now from you is to take the work our assembly and our civilian court of record with its original jurisdiction has accomplished and force these de facto criminals, crooks, politicians, judges, attorneys, and DAs out of their positions of power based on our evidence of their corruption. They imposed what happened with the debacle that destroyed people's lives and businesses, their physical, mental, and emotional well-being and continues to manifest serious problems in the culture. Our civilian marshal, Bobby Graves, Marine, and Deputy Marshal Jason McBride need support in enforcing the work we have done and are continuing to do to set things right for the people. We have taken to task all the agencies and associations and authorities on Oregon that interfere with our inherent God-given unalienable rights of peace, safety, and happiness. Now we need the clout only those of your agency can enforce. I made a statement. At what point did sensible enter into this? To walk away is sensible. To acquiesce, quisling. Inability to say truth to the de facto makes up 62.5% plus of the population. There is a large dispossessed population. A very small percentage will do Athens, Tennessee, 1946. I drew a line. Not one infringement on my unalienable rights granted by my God will go without challenge. It is codified on the land and soil of the United States of America's constitutional republican form of government circa 1859, original jurisdiction. The definition of sovereign are twofold here. A chief ruler with supreme power, one possessing sovereignty, Q.V. It is also applied to a king or other magistrate with limited powers. The second is, in the United States, the sovereignty resides in the body of the people. Vide Rutherford Institute 282, and that's a definition of sovereign from Bouvier, 1856. Sovereign are men and women with their progeny on the land and soil without ruler or subjects. The de jure jurisdiction of the United States of America's Constitution, circa 1859, original jurisdiction. The only codified government in history where, as in Article 1, Section 1 of Oregon's Constitution, circa 1859, quote, natural rights inherent in people, we declare that all men, when they form a social compact, are equal in right, that all power is inherent in the people, and all free governments are founded on their authority and instituted for their peace, safety, and happiness, and they have at all times a right to alter, reform, or abolish the government in such manner as they may think proper. End quote. We returned to that on October and November 2022. Please accept this living testimony in the form of an affidavit of truth. This is from Ron Broman. I am known as one of the people, clerk of our civilian court of record, having implemented ex parte Milligan, nullifying Marshall Code, Lieber Code, FEMA, and Article 1, Section 1, aka Oregon Statewide Jural Assembly's Article 3-1 Supreme Court claiming original jurisdiction of Oregon, the state among the several states in the constitutionally de jure law form of the United States of America's Constitution and Oregon's Constitution circa 1859, Ron Vroman, the common man, private. Ronald Charles Vroman in cursive on my birth certificate and as trustee of the Private Membership Association. Ronald Charles Vroman, the straw man in all caps, also known as Ronald Charles Vroman, Private Attorney General by the United States Congress, 42 U.S.C. 1988, and 18 U.S.C. 1510 and 18 U.S.C. 1512, and to be known as one of the people, also qualified criminal investigator and federal witness, and by living testimony without rebuttal. Status identified and without rebuttal in the city of Beaverton. Public record, Beaverton Municipal Court, and the United States Federal District Court, Portland, Oregon. U.S. Navy veteran 5159365 discharged. The flesh, blood, and soul, body, mind, spirit, a man on Oregon, an Oregonian, a continuous traveler, a non-U.S. citizen, born August 14, 1938, Reno, Nevada, with two ancestors, a father and son direct bloodline that fought for New York in our revolution. My mother's father, born Stockwell Gonzalez in 1876, New Mexico. Mail, general delivery, Beaverton, Oregon, 97005, in brackets, 503-641-8375, Ron Vroman, 38@gmail.com. With full faith and credit, governing laws established in this document at this time to be the following. Declaration of Independence, Articles of Confederation and Perpetual Union, Oregon's original constitutions circa 1859 and the United States of America's Constitution circa 1859, and ORCP 20A, Clearfield Doctrine, Accardi Doctrine, Ex parte Young, Ex parte Milligan, McCarran-Walters Act 1952, Judiciary Act 1789, Section 32, Judgment nil deceit are all specifically called into this document. They are all governing law, which must be accepted. The current 13th and 14th Amendments are bogus and must be rejected. Take heed of the Blackstone commentaries. The DOJ is agent to the entity responsible for the enumerated requirements of Article 3, the one Supreme Court that must claim original jurisdiction to be a court. I would consider to have jurisdiction when found in conjunction with Amendment 7 court. The DOJ has failed miserably in their responsibility. We must do it ourselves. We define the words we use. We decide our methods of communication. This communique is not intended to mislead, defraud, deceive, or threaten in any way, and is submitted in good faith and with clean hands. I do lawful, not legal, and this is my best effort. I close with love, peace, harmony, and a prayer. A U.S. Marshal has determined my prayer is not a threat. He then reneged on his word, which is only good one time. Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. On Oregon without the state of Oregon, aka state of Oregon within the United States of America, the constitutional Republican form of government. Assistance request in lieu of a demand is what we think proper. Article 4, Section 4. Please send to us a major or better to examine our bona fides and report. Our Marshal, Bobby Graves, USMC, wants a man that brings a battalion. I agree as an old sailor, by sea up the Columbia. Bring your own brig. All the best of every good fortune for the good. The old white man talking head for the Oregon Statewide Jural Assembly, the Article 1, Section 1, Provisional Government on Oregon, 10/16/2023. Ron Broman. You'll find us at www.orsja.org. Thank you.
They do not want to let go of this. They do not intend on losing here. And we do not intend giving it back to them.
And then the bullets started flying. Then he jumps out of the car. And he's got both his hands up. And he got out of the car, and he had his hands in the air. He's like, just shoot me then. This is what you want, just shoot me. And they did. They shot him dead. With his hands in the air, and I saw it. I swear to God. He was just walking with his hands in the air. And they shot him. And they shot him dead, and then after he was down on the ground, they shot him 3 more times.